Hey, I'm Blizzard Planet. This is SelfRencher Podcast, where playfulness meets societal reflection. I'm here to invite you to think differently through the lens of self-friendship, the daily practice of embracing, understanding, and enjoying ourselves. Imagine this. You hopped on the band rocket, and now you're on Planit Butter, a world made of delicious, sparkly peanut butter, and an adorable disco ball of self-reflection is whirling around in her transforming convertible. Bang. Yay. Thanks for joining me in my 39th episode, where I'll be sharing my answer to last week's question of the week, a word replacement for meditation, a party of one, why you're not lost, you're conditioned, how to get yourself to take more risks, why suppression is a disease, a perspective dance with commitment issues, a new affirmation, a trick to stay present, and so much more. And as always, a brand new question for all of us to self-reflect and self-connect, and email me if you desire. selfriendshippodcast@gmail.com. All right. My answer to last week's question of the week, which was, what's a recent experience where you were willing to upgrade? You might still be in the process, because we always are. In episode 36, I shared with you my little magic trick, my willingness to upgrade, leading up to and receiving my new home, my magical villa on the exact street I wanted with all of my non-negotiables. Right on time. Now, the willingness to upgrade in this circumstance is that as perfect as this all is, thank you, there's always challenges that I need to be willing to do the work for to earn my next upgrade. An important note to bear in mind is that upgrades are not necessarily linear. It's not precisely that my next upgrade is another new home. We are multidimensional humans with multidimensional lives. While this upgrade is focused on my home environment, this influences the other dimensions of my life. Here's the beauty I'm sensing. For me, my own home is absolutely sacred. There's nothing I love more than being in my own energy and building Planit Butter. I've been in and out of my own homes as well as shared spaces for a few years now. There's something particularly special about this home, though, the energy of it. It's another beautiful invitation from the universe to upgrade Planit Butter. My world, my home, my space for my energy to be free and expansive. Planit Butter is getting its well-fucking-earned upgrade. I have happy tears that came out as I wrote that. This is always what freaking happens. Every time I talk about Planit Butter's growth or visualize my future, I just cry tears of joy because I know how freaking hard I work and how freaking excited I am for everything I'm consciously creating for myself, while I hopefully inspire you to do the same for your world. My Planit Butter jet, PBJ, is here. And I'm so excited to have you for the ride. English. Okay. It's really hot, guys. And yeah, I'm wearing a long sleeve because I just bought this and it's really, really cute. I just wanted to wear it. So I did. I bought it in honor of the podcast being on camera. And now you get to see it here. Yay. Okay. A word replacement for meditation. Oh, no, wait. First, a new... Rewind. A new affirmation. I recently learned it's a well-known fact that 90% of our thoughts are repeated per day. So I bet that if we make one of those thoughts the thought that we'll have new thoughts, then subconsciously we'll teach ourselves to think differently and invite new thoughts. The new affirmation is, today I invite new thoughts. Today I invite new thoughts. Now, a word replacement for meditation. I love food, and I also think the phrase meditating has become a bit abused and the connotations have spiraled. So I want to offer that we can say marinating instead of meditating. To marinate is to soak in. We're soaking in our own energy and presence. Now, a loving self-friendship tip. You know how we're supposed to sit still when we marinate? Sometimes that can be tough and we end up fidgeting or scratching an itch when I feel the urge to move or fidget, which is often because I kiss my hands Or I blow a kiss into the air. Like if I move something, I'm like that's it. To send a little love to myself for moving when I'm not supposed to, instead of judging or criticizing myself for moving during my session. I choose to express love. It's kind of funny because I'm actually moving even more by doing this, but I'd rather move with a gesture of self-love than just trying to stop my fidgeting without any expression of affection. Maybe it's a love language thing, but it might work for you too. Now, one of the ways the uni works. A funny thing to remember about the way the universe works is that we need to simultaneously show that we want something while not attaching to it. So we basically need to be like, okay, uni, I want this, but if not, that's cool. It's always about indifference, neutrality, and centeredness in ourselves for what's in our best interest. So if there's something I want, I always say, I want this or better, or I want this or what's best for me. And then the uni can do its magic. And I am grateful. Ta-da! Now, a party of one as a loving reminder. Party of one means having fun with oneself, for oneself, as oneself. Anywhere, everywhere, no matter who is there. Each episode, I share little tidbits from my life that happen thanks to me showing up in the world as my party of one. I went for a long, beautiful beach walk the other day, and get this. It's actually fucking crazy. I walked about a mile in one direction and stumbled upon a beautiful, small, metallic, silver, dead fish. A disco fish of self-reflection. I was so excited to make that joke. Okay. I was admiring it and didn't feel totally comfy to touch it yet, so I started to try to put it on my flip-flops so that I could gently put him back in the ocean. I don't really know. It just felt like the right thing to do. I didn't want to leave him on the sand. And then suddenly, this man comes over and says, so cute, right? Just pick it up. And I was like, yeah. Like, yeah, it is cute. But then I was a little confused because then the dude suddenly bends down, grabs the fish, and chucks it into the ocean. And then he continued to walk, and all I could bring myself to say was, that wasn't even a good throw. And as he continues to walk away, he yells back, it's dead anyway. I was floored. So I stood there and talked at the ocean to the dead fish and said, hey, fishy, I'm so sorry for that dude's behavior. I hope you're okay. And then I turned and walked another mile or two in the other direction when I stumbled upon yet again another disco fish of self-reflection. Insane. The same exact type of fish dead on the sand a mile the other direction. Okay. Yet again, I bend down to appreciate the beauty of this fish. Mind you, ow, hang on. Hair, human. Mind you, this was a fairly busy beach and somehow nobody else seemed to notice or care about this little fishy. But also I really felt like it was meant for me, so nobody else was attracted to it, you know? Anyway, this time I pick him up. I was very proud of myself. Slimy and beautiful. I was honestly giggling the entire time because I was so amazed that I just crossed paths with two of these little babies. And I gently put him in the wave that came up near us. But the wave wasn't strong enough to pull him back into the water. So he ended up just in another part of the sand, and I laughed so hard. I felt so bad. I had to go pick him up again, and then I did something I'm not entirely proud of. I'm having a raging giggling fest by myself with this dead fish, having to pick him up a second time, and then I tossed him. I did like an underhand toss, okay, to ensure that he went far enough into the water. I felt absolutely ridiculous and not entirely morally sound, but I think because the other guy did a bad overhand throw and I just witnessed it, it was a little bit of like a monkey see, monkey do type of thing. And my hands were full and my bag was half open. I was a bit of a mess and I just didn't really strategize the second attempt, although it worked. I turn around to discover a mother and her 2 children are staring at me, having my give fest situation with this dead fish. Yeah, which just made me laugh a million times harder. They did not join. Party of 1. P.S. After exchanging eye contact with this family, I look down at my half-open bag and see one of my shoes is missing. I turn around, and as I'm turning, my flip-flop is washed back up to shore right on cue. That's good karma. So I must have done something morally sound. PPS. I later discussed with ChatGPT the implications of these magical encounters. I learned the type of fish was a silver moony, aka Monodactylus argenteus. And the symbolism we derive from this experience is that this is a powerful time of completing a certain phase of my life, which circles me back to my answer to last week's question. Planit Butter is about to upgrade. Watch with me. I've always been really good at making a long story long. Okay. Self-friendship article snippet. Are you willing to upgrade? From August 20th, 2024. There are perfect circumstances because perfection is solely attributed to our subjective perspective of our personal ideals. Our ideal circumstances are a valuable excuse for hope. Hope, when recognized as a tool for fueling our intentions, which I believe to be equivalent to our motivations, can strengthen our determination to show up for ourselves when our ideal circumstances inevitably arise. With clarity of our intentions, we often form an emotional bond with our ideal circumstances to result from these intentions, an element of our determination. That is, we become determined to experience or receive something that is aligned with our intentions/motivations, and we attract it through our thoughts, feelings, and actions. The circumstances we attract become moments where action is invited. While the circumstances aren't necessarily our exact ideal, as per our emotional bond we cultivated leading up to the given circumstance, they are perfect in that they offer key elements of our ideal, ultimately inviting us to take action both in alignment with and despite our emotional bond to our original ideal. When we activate the 3 core methods of self-friendship, boundaries, confidence, alignment, we are grounded in empowerment, which means we can show up for ourselves, following through with our desires in the circumstances provided and transcending the challenges, understanding that we are embodying the willingness to upgrade. Now, you're not lost, you're conditioned. Welcome to society. It's so hot, guys. Sweaty girl. Very cute. All right. You're not lost. You're conditioned. Welcome to society. If you feel lost, go look in the mirror. Say, there you are. And then self-reflect, self-connect, and practice embracing, understanding, and enjoying yourself, self-friendship. And then you can better recognize what's yours, what's not yours, what feels true to you, what have you been conditioned with. And then marinate on that and respond in accordance with your determination to upgrade by honoring your boundaries, becoming more confident, and falling more into alignment with the person you want to be. Yay! Now, how to get yourself to take more risks. A perspective dance in disguise. When we take action grounded in honoring our boundaries, which empowers us to become more confident, which upgrades us to be more in alignment with who we want to be, whatever the action is not a risk. It'll appear to be a risk to the untrained eyes and outsiders. But when we honor the 3 core methods, it's impossible, yes, impossible, for the risk to not work out in upgrading us in our own self-friendship practice. Our conscious creativity of our individual world. It's not a risk when you're betting on yourself and self-friendship is your first priority. Every risk we take in honor of the 3 core methods is a recipe for learning and upgrading. It's a victorious cycle. I love that one. All right. A healthy reminder. You ever struggle with something and then try again later and find that it flows way more naturally? That's a sign things are happening in their own time when they're meant to. If it's not flowing, don't force it. This doesn't mean things won't be challenging. They will be when they're flowing, I'm saying. Just because they're flow doesn't mean it's not sometimes challenging. The difference is that you'll be prepared to face these challenges, so the process will feel more natural. Again, these are the perfect circumstances, and the challenges are our invitation to upgrade. Are you guys catching on? All right. A note on suppression. Suppression is a disease, and I think it would benefit society to start acting like it. Disease is defined as a particular quality, habit, or disposition regarded as adversely affecting a person or group of people. Suppression is defined as preventing the development, action, or expression of. Suppression is a particular quality, habit, and disposition that is adversely affecting a lot of people. Therefore, suppression is a disease. Self-friendship is the preventative and the cure. When we embrace, understand, and enjoy ourselves, we don't need to suppress anything because we create a safe space within ourselves to embrace every part of ourselves, understand those parts, and enjoy them. A note on opinions. A lot of people just echo each other's opinions. Bunch of parrots. Don't be a parrot, guys. Practice critical thinking and conscious creativity. Self-friendship. Don't be a parrot, be a planet. Your planet. Nothing is cooler than being grounded in ourselves and having a humble opinion. Humblerident is a Blizzard's dictionary word from the Planit Butter publication. Links in the show notes. Humblerident means someone who is equal parts modest, self-aware, and confident. Now, a perspective dance with commitment issues. You don't have commitment issues. You're committed to freedom and flexibility. Run with that one. Now, a trick to staying present. Sing a song in a bad tune about what you're doing while you're doing it. Like, sometimes I'll literally just be like, okay, I'm going to turn off the lights because it's bedtime. Do. Yep. Present. Now, another new affirmation. I am grounded. I am expansive. I am tapping into my magic. I am grounded. I am expansive. I am tapping into my magic. Now, real life united individualism, which is Planit Butter's mission if you don't already know. Independent, together. When I do my sauna and ice bath, I have very specific breathing techniques I use in each. We're only going to focus on the sauna, though, for today. In the sauna, I inhale for 3 seconds, and then I hold at the top for 9 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then I exhale for 6 through my mouth. My old villa manager taught me that one, and I love it. It requires my focus and makes me feel relaxed. The other day when I left the sauna, this guy came up to me and said, "Hey, miss, your breathing was really calming to hear in the sauna." I was like, oh my God, that's so cool. Thank you so much for telling me. So cute. See, independent, together. Planit Butter's mission, united individualism. I was breathing for myself, and it benefited someone else doing their own thing. Very cool. Now a perspective dance with one trip. I love this one. It's been very powerful for me. So, you know how a lot of us have bonded over bringing the groceries inside the house in one trip, or just doing any form of something similar to that in one trip? I used to be one of those people until very recently. I almost dropped my computer and I finally asked myself, and I mean really asked myself, why not make 2 or more trips? And I did not have a high quality answer that satisfied the person who I want to become. I'm happy to announce I now make 2 or more trips. A wise woman, me, once said, so much to do, so much time. Now I get to have 2 or more adventures to and from wherever I'm migrating my things. How fun! Each adventure is a new experience, and it's really amazing the positive influence it has had on my mind and body. Those moments used to be physically and mentally stressful, trying to hold all those things in one place. It's like, it's those little things that get overlooked in reducing stress levels and improving mental clarity. That's what I'm here to remind you of, the nuances. All right, a note on women. Since you viewers are predominantly men, hello, gentlemen. I wanted to take this opportunity to provide a way to improve your SelfRencher practice in relation to women's menstrual cycles. And don't you even dare think about stopping listening. This is very important to your sex life, quite frankly, if you like women. All right, let's remember that period just means the period of time during a 27-day cycle that a woman's body bleeds. The rest of the 27 days is also part of their menstrual cycle. It's a perpetual cycle. Women are emotionally chaotic because our hormones constantly change, directly influencing our mind, body, and emotions. And that's not even taking into consideration all of the very relevant stuff happening in our external daily lives and the universe at large. Regardless of whether you're into astrology or not, I've said on episode 33 that we can accept the truth of astrology without understanding it. I don't understand it, but I think it's phenomenally interesting. We are part of the universe. We have the cognition to identify all that stuff. Just trust. All right. So what does this have to do with your SelfRencher practice? If you're romantically interested in women, then the best thing you can do is to embrace, understand, and enjoy yourself so you can create a warm, loving, safe, and most importantly, fun space in your romantic relationships. A healthy masculine man practices self-friendship and makes his woman, who also must practice self-friendship, let me emphasize that, women must also practice self-friendship to reap the benefits of this healthy masculine man practicing self-friendship. Okay, guys. So a healthy masculine man must make her feel like she can be her biologically chaotic self safely. And ideally, together, you can make fun of the inevitable chaos, not take any of it personally, and optimize these moments for creating more love. Yay! Now, a question of the week. Does this risk look cool to me on paper? You might not even be able to answer that yet, but I'm going to dig more into this question and what I mean by it on next week's episode. Yay! To be notified of new episodes and receive more playfully helpful content, sign up for Planit Butter publication link in the show notes. And the world's first coffee table book with a lesson, Party of One, Self-Friendship in Action, is out now. Oh, wait. No! Okay, hang on. All right. SelfRencher Podcast is now opening a limited amount of sponsorship spots for season 2. Email me, selfrencherpodcast@gmail.com, if you're interested in getting your business in front of my predominantly health-conscious entrepreneurial men between the ages of 25 to 45. It'll be a good time. And don't forget, I'm a voice actor. It's going to be the best ad space you can get on a podcast. All right. To be notified of new episodes and receive more playfully helpful content, sign up for Planit Butter publication. Link is in the show notes. And the world's first Coffee Table Book with a Lesson, Party of One, Self-Friendship in Action, is out now. The book is where the world of Planit Butter comes to life, and Lizzie, the disco ball of self-reflection, bops around, seeing friends and making new, all while having fun with herself, for herself, as herself. The hardcover is available internationally on planetbutter.com. Please continue to enjoy and review. It's super helpful. Thanks for landing on Planit Butter. I'll see you next Thursday. From my planet to yours. Mwah. Blizzard.